Bonjour, my name is David DeVere. I'm a wine educator and traveler, and you're watching Savvy Nomad TV. This is day 2 of the Costco Advent Calendar for 2022. That's a whole bunch of 2s. And in here is day 2. Yesterday was red. I think today's going to be white. Last year, I had some people say to me, we couldn't keep up. And I don't understand that. These are half-size bottles. What do you mean you couldn't keep up? How hard is it to drink half a bottle of wine? It's not hard. It's practice. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Keep up. Okay. Day 2. Where is it? Where's the 2? Here it is. You did a nice job on these punch cards so far. Now that I've pulled 2 of them. And what do we have? It's white. I was right. Okay, Chardonnay. Let's give it a try. Okay, so I think one of the best things you can do to teach yourself about wine is start to understand the packaging winemakers use and the clues and other things that they give you on the label to tell you about the styles of wine that they're making. Then you can choose the wine based on the packaging and the label and not just the art. Okay, this is a good example. Now we already know that the Meadow Moon brand, it's just marketing for the Advent box, so we can forget about that. What else does this bottle of Chardonnay tell us? Roll it around to the back. There's always a lot of info on the back. It's really more information on the back than on the front. So it says Chardonnay d'Italia. So we know it's from Italy, and we know it's not from one place in Italy, but from all over Italy. Our Thracian red from yesterday was from one specific place in Bulgaria. So higher quality. This is from all over in Italy, all right? We also know that Chardonnay is not particularly well known in Italy. Do they grow it there? Obviously, but it's more expressive and better done in places like France, California, and Australia. Italy is not known for their Chardonnay. But it's from Italy, we know that. Okay, and it's 2021, so now we know that. It has a screw cap. Aha, screw cap. What does that tell us? Well, a screw cap can tell you that the wine is non-oaked. Well, why should that be? Because there are 2 styles of Chardonnay. You can have oaked Chardonnay or you can have non-oaked Chardonnay. And the grape will express itself, the wine will taste different by the influence of the oak. Oaked Chardonnay, which would have a cork generally, is creamier, it's butterier, it's bigger in the mouth, it's smooth, it's vanilla, it can be coconutty. Non-oaked Chardonnay is lemons and zesty and a higher acid, more citrus fruits, maybe even a little bit of green apples, or it can be even chalky and flinty. It can be kind of dry, as they make in Chablis. Now in Chablis, they do use a cork, but winemakers are moving to screw caps for non-oaked wines because they want to preserve freshness. You don't want to age a non-oaked wine generally. And if you use a screw cap, there will be no oxygen that allows that wine to age at all. Oxygen is the great eroder of everything. Rust, people, wine, fruit. A cork, this little cork will allow a little bit of oxygen to penetrate through and affect the wine. That cork is actually allowing the wine to age. But if you have a screw cap, no aging, no oxygen, preserving freshness. Okay, that's what the bottle tells us. Let's taste it. Now, obviously, with the packaging and the screw cap and the label, I'm making assumptions about the way the wine will taste or the style. that it's made in. I could be completely wrong. You have to buy the bottle or open the bottle to find out. So let's do that first. I've got my tasting card. It's all filled out on the top, and screw caps make it easy. I have no problem with screw caps. Screw caps are no longer an indication of quality. They are an indication of style, and frankly, they're convenient. Look how convenient that is. Okay, there's our wine. We should look at it. It should look clean, clear, beautiful. That looks nice. Now, an aged or oaked Chardonnay will be darker in color, and a non-oaked Chardonnay will be paler. So now by looking at the wine, because the bottle is maybe a slightly greenish or clear, the wine is yellowy and pale. I still can't tell whether it's going to be oaked or unoaked yet. Let's give it a sniff. This should tell us. Oh man, I like Chardonnay. Some people really are turned off by it, but there's a place for everything. And Chardonnay and breakfast, those things go together. If you're one to drink with your breakfast, but that's called brunch. I think I get the aroma of peaches and apple. Maybe a little bit of orange. I still can't tell if it's oaked or not. I suppose I'll never really know, but I'm going to give it an 8 for aroma. It's nice. Am I right? Peach and apple. Okay, let's taste it. Dry or sweet? I'm going to say it is a dry wine. It's fermented to dry, but that first initial taste, there was a little bit of sweetness in there. So just a hint of sweet. The body is medium. It's not thin and light, but it's not overly full. It's right in the middle. The acidity is fresh. If it was an unoaked Chardonnay, I would expect it to be a little more on the crisp side, a little higher acid, like you would expect from citrusy fruits and that kind of thing. But again, I don't really know if it's oaked or not. It doesn't have that buttery, smooth taste. It's kind of this weird hybrid thing from Italy. So anyway, that's the difference in acidity. And I'm going to give it a 7 because it's nicely integrated, but it's not overly the top. It's not super beautiful, whatever. Okay, balance. This is the play between acidity, alcohol, and there's no tannins here. Do I notice a burn? No. Is the acid over the top? No. It's nicely balanced. It's got good balance. I'll give it an 8. Now, complexity. This is when you taste it. Do you get other new aromas in the mouth? I really think that peach aroma comes through, that flavor. I think that really does come through nicely. So I'm going to give it some flavors, and I will give it a, I like it. I'm going to give it a 7. Finish and length. This is simple. How long does that finish go? It should be a nice, long, unctuous finish. The flavors should rest in the mouth nicely, add the sensation. It is actually a long finish here. And it is a nice finish. I'll give it an 8. Okay, there. That was pretty easy. Let me go do my math. Well, I don't know if it's oaked or unoaked. I probably never will. But here are my final scores for our Meadow Moon 2021 Italian Chardonnay. For aroma, 8. For acidity, 7. For balance, 8. For complexity, 7. For finish and length, 8. That's a lot of 8s and 7s. That goes 38 points. Add that to 50, 88 points. A respectable score. Now, the wine is not particularly nuanced or not particularly memorable. That's what pushes a wine into the 90s and higher, the upper 90s. Memorable wines. This, a good example, well-made. A well-made Italian Chardonnay that would go perfect with Eggs Benedict or cheese. Funny I should mention that, because now I'm going to do a cheese tasting. The next video will be the cheese box for the Advent calendar. This is 12 days of cheese. I'm going to pair that with this Chardonnay and our day number 1 Thracian Cab. I don't know what the cheese is. I don't know if it's going to be a good pairing, but stay tuned. We'll find out together. If you've enjoyed this episode, please give me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day number 3 as we continue our Advent adventure. Okay, until then, I say à tout à l'heure and cheers.
Hello. Ooh, trying a white today. Okay. Hey, that smells fresh and fruity. Kind of acidic, but kind of buttery at the same time. That makes my mouth water. I like that. Kind of high acid, lemony. It's good. Cheers.